You better pray you can find a club to sign you. Those were the words Ruben Amorim said to Alejandro Garnacho following Manchester United's loss to Spurs in the 2025 Europa League final. Those words pretty much put an end to the player's time at Old Trafford. It was certain that he would never play a single minute for Man United ever again. Well, after a very long wait, Garnacho finally found a club to sign him in the last few days of the summer transfer window in the form of Premier League rivals Chelsea, which means that he officially says goodbye to Man United after 5 years at the club. After what transpired following the Europa League final in May, Garnacho more or less pledged his future to Chelsea, ignoring every other club that came to him with a proposal. So, finding out that he just completed a move to the London club should not come as a surprise to anyone. However, now that he and the club have officially parted ways, we want to look at why exactly the Argentina international was sold. I mean, this is a 21-year-old with some real talent and was on wages as low as £50,000 per week. He also was signed for a miserly £420,000 back in 2020, so even if he wasn't doing very well, the club could easily have kept him as a squad player. Instead, they chose to give up on him so early in his career. Why? Well, let's just say it is a combination of a lot of factors, and we'll be looking at each of them in this video today. This is why Man United sold Alejandro Garnacho. The obvious reason is the falling out between him and the coach. Truthfully, he is not even the first player this has happened to. We have seen this so many times in football, and especially at Manchester United. No matter how good you are, if the coach no longer likes you 90% of the time, you will have to go. Years ago, David Beckham fell out with Alex Ferguson and eventually had to leave the club. Heck, even the great Cristiano Ronaldo, who was already an established Man United legend and one of the best players in football history at the time, had to leave the club after he fell out with Erik ten Hag. So yeah, this is pretty common and not unique to Garnacho at all, but of course that was not the only factor. Another reason the winger was sold was because the fans were getting really frustrated. I guess you could say they just expected a lot more from him and he often failed to deliver. Even the club captain Bruno Fernandes once said that Garnacho had lost the faith of some of the fans, which was why he didn't celebrate his goal against Leicester City, even though it was a good one. And to be honest, you can understand to some extent why the fans got frustrated. Last season, Garnacho was directly involved in just 8 goals in 36 Premier League appearances, which was a drop from 13 goal contributions in 36 league appearances in the 2023-24 season. And it's not like he was making up for his lack of goal involvements with dribbling, chance creation, or defensive contribution. In spite of his speed, Garnacho averaged 1 successful take-on per 90 last season. For a winger, that's definitely atrocious. He also averaged 2.3 progressive passes per 90, which put him as low as the 21st percentile compared to other wingers in Europe's top 5 leagues. Some have explained this away by saying that Man United is just not a good environment for young players to develop, and just like Antony, Rashford and Sancho, Garnacho is just another one of the victims of the club. But the player has not exactly helped his case with his attitude off the pitch. For example, he has sometimes been spotting vaping, which has led fans to suspect that he might have an addiction. For a player who's not on good terms with the fan base, stuff like that is bound to only make things worse. Anyway, we'll see what happens with him at Chelsea, but the long and short of it is that it just wasn't working for him at Man United anymore, and leaving seemed like the best option for both the club and the player. But we'll be honest, those are not even the real reasons United sold him. We'll dive into that in a second, but if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away, so you never miss out on our amazing content. Alright, now back to Garner. Let's face it, one reason he was shown the door is because there's no space for him in the new system. It is no secret that Ruben Amorim favours a 3-4-3 setup, which just does not leave any space for pure wingers. So it is no surprise that most of the players the coach has iced out so far are wingers, from Rashford to Antony to Sancho, and of course Garnacho himself. Right now the only pure wingers at the club are Bryan Mbeumo and Amad Diallo, and they're both now being deployed in different positions. Mbeumo is used as a second striker or attacking midfielder, while Amad is used as a wing-back. So it's really just as simple as that. The coach's system doesn't allow space for wingers, which was why he used Mount ahead of Garnacho in the Europa League final against Spurs, and that was what led to the falling out between the coach and the player in the first place. You see, Garnacho is the kind of winger you tell to hug the line. He needs a lot of space to perform, so he naturally won't excel playing as a 10. He's also not the best when it comes to defensive contributions, so he's not the right fit to play as a wing-back either. So, you see the problem? He was basically just a square peg in a round hole in Amorim's Manchester United, so he had to leave. It is similar to the case of Jamie Gittens at Dortmund. Niko Kovac's system leaves no room for pure wingers, so Jamie Gittens just had to find a way out. And interestingly, both these players found a home at Chelsea. Anyway, there's one reason Man United sold Garnacho, and we just cannot ignore it. Let's face it, whether you like the player or not, you just have to admit that Alejandro Garnacho comes with a lot of baggage in the form of his brother Roberto Garnacho. During his time at United, Roberto was always on social media saying a lot of things every now and then, which was not great for squad harmony. For a club that already has its problems and is really struggling to return to old glory, this was surely the last thing they needed. The footballer's brother was always taking jabs at the club or the coach through his subliminal messages on social media, often fanning the flames of hostility around the club and players. If he was not complaining about his brother not getting enough minutes, he was helping spread rumours about Garnacho taking over the number 7 after Ronaldo's exit, putting the club under undue pressure. And like that is not enough. Some reports say that he even leaked team news to journalists on a few occasions. No coach wants all of that in his dressing room, so it is no surprise that Ruben Amorim permanently shut the doors to the Argentine even before the transfer window officially opened. Now, do you think the club was wise to sell Garnacho to Chelsea for just around £40 million, or should they have, at the very least, gotten more from the sale to a rival club? Do you think the 21-year-old winger has what it takes to succeed at Chelsea, or are you of the opinion that he'll be a flop? How many goals and assists do you think he'll get in his first season at Stamford Bridge? Also, what do you think about Man United choosing to get rid of all their wingers in favour of Amorim's very unique system? Get in the comments and talk to us already, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Do you want to make money with affiliate marketing? Join the Goal90 Shop affiliate program and start earning today. Get your unique affiliate link and exclusive discount coupon to share with your audience. Every sale made through your link earns you a 10% commission. No limits, just real earnings. Don't miss out. Turn your influence into income now. Well, you've asked for it and we've finally delivered. Relive the glory days with the most iconic designs in football history. Whether you're a fan of classic club colours or legendary international strips, we've got something to ignite your nostalgia. Perfect for match days, casual wear or adding to your collection. Shop the new retro range now at goal90.shop. Massive discounts await.